I am going to install every single one of them, starting with this one. This usually takes the most amount of time and is the most confusing one, because you really need to select what you want to install, like they say here in this picture. You will have this interface and this here, and you will need to tick a few of those, and once you you miss the critical ones, it will not work as intended. The next most annoying one is the boost. This requires a Windows environment variable, which most people just don't know how to do, how to install, how to set it up. So obviously we will go through it. Gonna be installing. I usually just install all the SDKs one because these are the critical ones. And yeah, I just tick basically everything. I don't care about the amount of space it takes, because we're gonna be using those. We're gonna be using pretty much all of those. And click install. Now the next one, gonna be installing Git Extensions. In it you have a Git as well. These are what do you mean? Yeah, sure. Git Extensions, it has a Git option in it as well, which we will need to install as well. And yeah, that's basically just, you know, hit next and then next and then next. Oh my god, yeah. Boost. I hate the fact you cannot install many things at once on Windows because they all use the same installer or something similar to it. That is not fun. This one is quite important because the location you set up right here is the variable we will need to set up when we generate our core through CMake. So what I suggest doing is very simple. Copying this one, or just call it boost, and have fun. It will be installed in C, local, and boost. Now, please notice that when you install it, you do not have your local folder in here. That means it will create one for you. So please do keep that in mind, because after that is done, you will have a new folder called local, and only then you will have boost. So that's an important factor, because many people just do C and boost and not even the version that you just installed. So do keep that in mind. This one is irrelevant. I mean, that is relevant, just not that important. CMake, where you at? Oh my god, dude, that takes you launch it. Now, AzerothSQL is a program that is being used to, yes, obviously download. Is a program that is, no. Program that is being used for interacting with your database, and it's not the database itself, it's just a program that shows it as an interface. It can do many things, has many tools, it's very easy to use. Once you get used to it, it becomes even easier, and that's an important thing to keep in mind, because it might look a bit scary and it might look like no way I'm gonna be using it, but trust me, you are, and it's gonna be very simple. This website here has all the information you need, and as you might imagine, if you need any help, I'm here to help. So we will go through it together, so it will be lots of fun. Yes, I have no choice. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I think we installed it in here. Alright, well, thank you. Boost takes a bit of time, it's quite usual. Yeah, if you want to donate, you can go for it and have fun. When that is done, we will be installing the MySQL installer, because this one is quite, I would say, complicated, but not really. It's just critical to make a few right steps. So I will be pausing the video because we pretty much installed everything we need so far, and I will be continuing from the point where I install the MySQL community application, and after that we will be generating the source code, and I will be showing pretty much everything else. Hey guys, welcome back. So it finished installing it, and as you can see, you can modify once it's done installing. You can modify it, so all the non-necessary things you believe you don't really need, you can easily just remove them. Total space minus, it's a negative. So you can pretty much close it and get done with it. This one will not be usable by us any further, so I'm gonna be shutting this down. Now this, when you finish installing it, this window pops up, and I will do not now, maybe later, but you will need to log in after like 30 days, I believe. So for now it's fine and all, but keep in mind that you will need a Microsoft account. Now you can choose a theme, general, don't do anything else, just do general, and dark, obviously, because no real developer uses any of them. No, I'm joking, but I just really like the dark one. Now, well, this one finishes. Boost finished installing as well, so we will be closing this one, and I believe that's everything we needed in other than this. So MySQL installer, now we will be creating our community thing. Well, this one does its thing. We will be ignoring it, closing it. We know it's dark theme, that's everything we need so far. So, well, this one is being doing its thing in the background. We have every single link installed from in here about the database management tools. You can choose any single one of those. It's very simple to install. Just hit next, next, next. But I really recommend using HeyDSQL for many reasons. I can elaborate, but just I really got used to it. That's like the main reason, and it's really comfortable. Many people use Navicat as well, even though I don't really like it, but that's an option as well because it's not really used in here. And MySQL CLI, that's a Linux thingy. So we will be doing a custom one. Hit next, MySQL server, MySQL server, MySQL server 5.7, and in this one, the 64-bit. Move it to products to be installed, and that is pretty much it. That is the most annoying thing that you will need to do, because many people just do the default, like default developer, server only, client only, full, all of those, and usually it installs the 32-bit version. We don't need the 32-bit version, we need the 64. So just to make sure this bad boy here is being installed, I do custom and 64-bit. Now, it will not prevent you from doing anything on your server because it's custom and it doesn't have the full environment. You will be able to use it for everything, including your very own local website if you so wish it. So do keep that in mind. It will not restrict you in any way for your local server or production server in any way. Obviously we will agree to this bad boy here. Fantastic. I hit next and ready to be installed, execute. Now we will be installing it and configuring it. It will ask us if we want to set the MySQL server up when we boot it, when we start the PC, the remote desktop, when it's being restarted, and I just do yes. Port, just leave all these default because that's the ones that we will be using. Hit next, and it will give us a password requirement. I will do a random password, really, just because you know, why not. So my password will be password, that simple. And we will be doing next. You can add multiple users as you wish. Just this one is for root. Root is like the main user. Only this server, this specific IP, can use this user called root and this password called password. So even if I give you access to this database and I tell you my username is root and my password is password, you will not be able to log into it because it binds to this IP. I will be expanding about it further in a next course. But generally you can add a new user as you wish. We can do it through HeyDSQL as well. So if you do not get every single person you want to give him anything, yeah, that's not really relevant. I mean, that's not really a main concern. You can do it from the interface as well, which is why it's good we have an interface. Yeah, start MySQL at system, startup, yes. Service name, you can change it as you wish, but that's not really important. And we're gonna be executing it. I finish and we should be good to go. We have pretty much everything we need. Now, I myself like to use everything on one focused folder on this, in this display. I will call it server lens. And I will be creating two folders. One of them is core, the other one is build. Now, when it comes to core, we will be using Git Extensions to clone something. Now, where do we get the clone from? We will choose English. Install Git. Yeah, I said previously we will be needing to install Git, but it didn't really show up, so no. Jesus, so many options. No, we don't need experimental issues. Don't care. Alright, back here. Get clone. Now, TrinityCore, GitHub. This one. We will be working with 335, and that is relevant because master is a non-stable product, and it's for higher expansion, less popular at the moment. Most of the servers work with 335 or Cataclysm that TrinityCore has. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, but we will be going with what the majority wants. Where to clone, we get this one that's already pasted. Destination is being set up just because we do it from here, and it gets the destination when we right click. It gets here the link. Now this one, subdirectory to create, we do not need a subdirectory. And the branch we need, we have several branches, as you can see from here. We will be choosing the 335 one, so this one, and we will hit clone. Now this can take not too long, but like depends on your network. In the meanwhile, we do need to download a world database so we can populate HeyDSQL with. And how we do that, we go to the TrinityCore TrinityCore here, the second link, and we go to releases, right there where it says A4 at the moment. That can change dramatically. It's being added about every month or so. They update it. We will be downloading the latest one. Do keep in mind that this 9.10, that's the expansion. We need 3.3.5, so gonna be downloading this one, the full one. One thing I forgot to install is Winrar, because we cannot view this one without WinRAR. So yeah, gonna be downloading this one. English 64-bit. Yeah. Thank you very much. Alright, so in the meanwhile, we will be opening this one, and as you remember, we have the core folder. While that is being installed, we will have the folder ready when that is done doing its thing. We do have a MySQL version, a MySQL folder in here where it sets everything up, but the world database does not really populate itself. That is the most heavy one. So what we will do is launch this one, and from there TrinityCore will update it by itself through SQL updates. There you go, world, and it will execute the branch. All of these have been added since this one has been created 24 days ago. So it will execute all the updates that took place since we got the TDB. Now that is done, so we can press OK. It will shut it down by itself, and we can, as you can see, quite a bit of updates. We can go to core, and as you can see, there are a few files we cannot really view the name of, and there are a few files we cannot really view the extension of, like these files. They do not have .sql at the end. How we change it is very simple. Control panel. File export options, go to view and show hidden files, and we do need to, where is it, hide extensions. Yeah, this one, just click disable, hit apply, and you should be able to view the SQL at the end. That is very simple. Alright, so that is done. We can go back to serverlands. Now we will need to make this one. Oh, okay. We will need to make, oh come on dude, we will need to make this have some sort of executable files in order to function properly. How we do that? That is called generating a solution, building a solution. This is why this folder is being called build. Now that is irrelevant how you really call it, as long as you know what it does. It can be boot, it can be 1, can be 59, can be 67, can be anything you want, as long as you know what it does. And the location, I highly recommend not having any spaces in it, because it used to be very case sensitive and it caused quite a bit of problems to many people. Like if you have serverlands like that, or if you have server lines like that, that made at least a huge difference. I've been told it has been resolved, but I haven't tested it myself, and I just find it really comfortable not to depend on messing with it. Just go by what you need. Now, in order to generate a solution, we need CMake. CMake, not CNake. Yeah, Windows usually does that. It just doesn't really figure out what we want. CMake, where you at? Oh my god, that is fun. We installed CMake, haven't we? Is it possible we haven't? Yeah, could be possible. Whoops. I finish CMake. Please find it. There you go. Alright, now we will need not you. I need this one. Yeah, I need to copy this and paste it right there. And where we build it is there, but instead of core, we will need build. Now we will press configure, and please keep that in mind. We do not use Visual Studio 17, which is year 2022. We just installed 2019, so we will need to use this one. Now the 64 version, how really we set it up, because it will not work by default. It goes with 32-bit. We just go to this error right there and do 64 and finish. Now it might display a few issues, which is pretty much why I do this, to show you guys what are the most common issues we can interact with and how to resolve them.